What's good, Multinational Football League? We start off our, oh my gosh, I mean, look at those jerseys for the Armadillos. Sorry, I kind of got a little sidetracked there. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game on this beautiful Friday in August as we welcome you back to some more Multinational Football League content here. We may have a special guest up here later on. And, of course, it will be at the halftime show. Can't really present them now, but just give it time. I promise you guys, it'll be worth it. Well, we're set to kick off here. And the only thing I can do now is tell you guys to just, like, subscribe, and watch the full video to see who wins between Canton and Mexico City. Now, I will say this, too. What happened earlier is we ended up getting a huge upset with San Juan getting their first victory of their season. The first one within 5 weeks. So Canton is not out of the running for certain as a tie team. Mexico City could also win, though, and take back some of what was lost. Anyways, here we go. Canton, Mexico City. Who wins? Stick around to find out. Here we go. And now the Canton Tigers will send this one away. And it'll end up being a pickup to the 29-yard line. Here's Jaden Daniels. Seen his graphics pop up as soon as the game started. That's why I got a little bit confused. 93 for 124, 1,045 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So I think if they want to keep up this good playing style they've adopted, they should definitely start to worry about those interceptions. Meanwhile, Brian Robinson Jr. picking up his first rush of the game. It'll be a 2-yard gain to the 32-yard line. Got a trips look. Looks like man coverage for the Tigers. We'll see how good they do that. And a run, as that will pick up a gain of 4. Setting up 3rd down and 4 here for the Armadillos. Possible 3 and out to start off. It definitely boost momentum for the Tigers, and that is going to be a 1st down. Great tackles right there being made by the Tigers. However, they've got to have a man in coverage for that, as it'll be 1st down. Handoff. Robinson will go for a 1-yard gain. They seem to get back there pretty quick, as he was swallowed up after, like I said, only a yard of gain. 2nd and 9 at the 44. Here's a handoff to Robinson, and he will get decked once again. Only a yard gain. 3rd and 8 at the 45-yard line. A stack look at the top of the screen. Daniels running away, and he's going to get this one out towards the sideline. Daniels being traced down by that ferocious Tiger we call Myles Garrett. So the Tigers look pretty good on defense, as we'll see this one touch back into the end zone, and Winston, oh boy, an interception machine. Surprised if he throws 3 or more that he wouldn't be subbed out here. 3 touchdowns, 6 INTs on the career so far as a Multinational Football League player. As Winston will go under center for his first snap. It's Ford taking the run, and he will get a gain of 3. So Jerome Ford last week, 16 rushes, 52 yards, no touchdowns. Looking to change that most certainly today, as it'll be 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line. Winston, handoff. Ford is going to pick up another gain of 3. It sets up 3rd and 4. Third 4 after back-to-back 3-yard gains. Winston gonna throw here. Pass is caught out of the backfield. It's Nyheim Hines who will pick up a first down here. Great job by Nyheim Hines, and of course those lead blockers. As it seems, they'll get the first down off of just a few blocks that were thrown. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's the Tigers going under center once again. Handoff. It's Ford, and Ford will go for, again, another 3-yard gain. He's gone for 3-yard gains on his last 3 rushes. It's actually his first 3, but we won't we won't say anything. That's a huge setback. Ford gets knocked down by Allen in the backfield. It's a 2-yard loss on the TFL. It sets up 3rd and 9. 35-yard line, play action. Nyheim Hines, Jameis Winston going down. Frankie Louvu able to bring him down, and Winston and the Tigers will just have to settle for a punt here. Bojorquez on the punt this one. He's a pretty good punter, and he's showing it off here. A little too much power on it, though. It'll end up going to the back of the end zone, 20-yard line. So, after the touchback, 20-yard line, we'll see if the Daniels-led, oh my goodness, the Daniels-led Armadillos can get something going. Bush says, hell no. Owusu Koromoa gets back there with him, support that message, and it ends up being a 3-yard TFL. 2nd and 13 at the 17. Daniels fires, pass is caught. He's still on the sideline. Hicks will take him down after a 30-yard gain. Nice going there by the Armadillos. Getting that great sideline catch, and Delphin might have to work on that attack angle a little bit, but we'll figure it out eventually here. Costly mistake, though. 1st and 10 at the 39. Daniels. Pressure. Throws it away once again. Myles Garrett getting back there today. Denzel Ward heavy in coverage. As it'll be 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line. Motion to one of the backs. Throwing is Daniels. Pass is caught by Robinson, and he pays for it. 2-yard gain after getting slammed by I think that is CJ Hicks. Empty backfield. Daniels. Pressure. Myles Garrett finally gets to him. I said it once, I'll say it again. The ferocious Tiger getting in the backfield with some pressure on Daniels, and that defensive front might just be what could win the Tigers this game. You hear a lot of people say defense wins championships, but you can't not have an offense neither, so it's just a very interesting thing to talk about when you're looking at both sides of the ball. So, Winston will come back out after what was more or less a pitiful drive. Defense gives them back with no points allowed, as it'll be 1st and 10 at the 19. Handoff to Ford. Will only get back to the line of scrimmage here. Martin able to take him down. Seems pretty fired up about it. Not much of an offensive one here. Only a little over 20 yards for each team so far. And on Ford's fifth rush, he'll get 10 yards. 3rd and 4 at the 26. Winston with some company. Looking to throw. Tipped at the line. Incomplete. Jared Allen looking pretty well on that line. Pass intended for Tillman. Sets up 4th and 4 at the 26. Big punt once again. Puts him inside the 20. He'll return to the 24. So Daniels coming back out once again. We'll take a look at what he's going to be able to do for this one. As it'll be 1st and 10 at the 24. Daniels motions 2 receivers over, makes it trips. Handoff. Brian Robinson not able to muster more than 2 yards. Garrett getting in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line. Daniels with an empty backfield. They go quads here. Daniels keeps. And it'll be a pitiful mistake, as that sets him up with 3rd and 10 at the 24. Possible 3 and out here. Definitely possible. Garrett getting back there once again. You can't shake him. Same thing with Okoronkwo, man. He's been forcing some of that inside to Garrett, and that's how they end up getting these sacks. But speaking of which, the end of the first quarter, as it'll be taken down to that point, the Tigers getting some revenge after Winston getting hit quite a few times. 4th and 23 at the 11 forces the Armadillos to punt from about the goal line here, as this one's up and away. Not as good of a leg as Corey Bajorquez, but a certainly good field position for Canton, so they won't complain. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Winston has just got to be able to air this one out, man. I'm telling you. Can't afford to keep giving the ball and it just not work. Good blocks. Ford gonna stay up for a little while after, too. It'll end up being a 1st down to the 42 in enemy territory. The first appearance coming in the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10 at the 42. Winston is tracked down once again and taken down. Reeves able to get back there, and it sets up 2nd and 17. An absolute monster of a sack, as it'll be 2nd and 17 once again. 49-yard line here, still in enemy territory. Winston unloads, and it's incomplete. Looking Marshawn Lattimore's way. Intended receiver was Moore, as it'll be 3rd and from downtown. Oh, Lord. Doesn't look good. Let's see what they got cooking. Winston gonna get this one off for the screen pass, and it'll be 4th and 7. So I don't think that's enough for field goal range. They'll just have to punt. So 4th and 7, as this kick is up and away into the back of the end zone. So not properly angled, I guess, as one would say, is it'll be 1st and 10. Touchback brings it out to the 20. And the run stoppage here caused by C.J. Hicks, who's able to get back there, tackle him off the hind end. 2nd and 9, 21. Daniels under pressure once again, just can't get that ball off to a receiver right now. 3rd and 9, 3rd down conversions, 1 apiece for each team so far. Can Daniels do it? Looking to throw, passes caught, and Ertz not able to stay up through it. Newsome and able to end up bringing him down, as it'll be 4th and 4. Now this kick is up and away. End up going to about the 20 before a 2-yard return brings it to the 22-yard line. Here's Winston once again. No interceptions, but he certainly hasn't been able to get that ball out so far, as they're looking for things to change here. It'll be a first down. Moore stays up after the first defender. Eats another one as he's taken down. 1st and 10 at the 34. Winston looking to throw. Pass is caught, and it's Tillman for 5 yards. Talking about a team riddled with injuries. This is certainly the thing you talk about. Winston throwing. Pass is caught. David Njoku ends up getting the first down. And they are moving this ball methodically here. Fast and efficient. Handoff. Nyheim Hines. 2 yards. And it'll end up getting them to midfield stripe. So they decided to switch things up. It takes down the average on this drive a little bit, but no biggie. Winston throwing. Pass is caught. David Njoku turning up the sideline. Going to be a first down at the 28. David Njoku has been a really good asset for the Tigers so far, and he continues to be one there as the Mexico City Armadillos will end up getting the first down here inside the 30 in enemy territory. Looks like a flipped play call. Handoff. Jerome Ford benefits off of it. He's going to get his longest rush of the day so far, a 9-yard run. 2nd and 1 at the 20. This is officially red zone territory. Handoff. Taking it to the outside. And it's going to be Nyheim Hines for the first down. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. And the Canton Tigers might just score our first points of the game after a wild stalemate. Empty set for Jameis. Throwing. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Tillman. Big pass towards the corner of the end zone. And he's able to make it. Tillman turns around just in time. And a great ball by Winston is going to certainly improve that ratio with touchdowns and interceptions, as this kick is up and good. Makes him 4 for 6. 8 plays, 77 yards, 4 minutes, 14 seconds time. As Batonio, Joku, and all those guys get to the sideline after a very successful drive. Well, now the defense has to hold strong. The Canton Tigers find a lead here, as it'll be first down at the 27. Armadillos at home choosing these mix and match jerseys here. Certainly love the color, like the vibe off of it. Robinson goes for a gain of 1. We'll keep talking about the jerseys. I mean, love how they came out. Certainly fits with the red pants. They still got that little bit of yellow, so they're able to sport that for the Armadillo pride there. 3rd and 3. No team has really been able to come across a third down conversion. Very seldom, as it's only been 1 per team. And Delpit makes sure that that doesn't happen again. Look at this. Delpit comes screaming down. Ends up getting a gorgeous hit. It'll be 4th and 1. by the way, guys, when we switch to Madden 26. I don't know if it'll keep all the teams. We might see some team swaps. So just be ready for that. Jameis Winston today, 7 for 9. He's got a touchdown with that 7th completion as Winston stays in the pocket firm, throws, passes caught. It'll be a first down to the 33. Tigers picking up a little bit of a rhythm here with Stefanski's offense here. We'll see what continues to go on here. Winston, handoff. Nyheim Hines gets a nice little hole, and he's going to have another first down. So back-to-back, 2-minute warning as the Tigers are suddenly looking like the more offensive team. Tigers able to make a critical set of first downs there. Winston going down. Sets them back a few. 10 yards to be exact. They just had the first down, and now they're going to have to compete for that and another one. Armstrong ends up getting back there for the huge sack. And, man, I tell you, when you get these guys that don't seem to fit in your squad, it can be kind of a challenge to get them in a rhythm. I mean, Winston has not been able to get his group together up until just recently. Winston will hit Joku. 4th and 1. I would like to see them go for this, but knowing the Madden 25 logic, they probably won't. Yeah, they won't. 4th and 1. And here is the punt. About the 45. Fair catch called for. It'll end up going out the back of the end zone anyways, though. 1st and 10 at the 20. 23 seconds left. First and 10 at the 20. Daniels throwing, passes caught. And my oh my, Newsome able to rock a man as it'll be 2nd and 6 and triple zeros at the end of the second quarter, taking us into halftime. Canton Tigers 7-0. And we'll see if that special guest would like to show himself now. Take a look.
Hello everybody, I am here. And after I report, after I have not been here for a while, we are back. As I am, well, this is all subject. I am also owner of DBW. Anyways, 23-28, final scores. Snowhawks pick up their first win. Michael Penix Jr., 20 for 32, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day. And Huskies Monarchs and St. Louis, and it's the Monarchs that pick up their second win of the season. Both teams 2 and 3. Caleb Williams had a pretty good day, which that's very real. That's very rare. Anyways, what else is rare is Derrick Henry 6 for 7 in the loss with the Condors. And look at that dime right there, 7-0. This game has been a slow offensive start. Third quarter, here we go. I will be popping back in sometime, but I am currently doing some, so give me a few minutes here.
Well, thank you, Ice Storm, for the halftime break, as we're going to see an injury here immediately to Walker, number 32 for the Armadillos. He's going to go out as Jameis Winston, who was just picking up quite a feel for this team's offense, as that is a scary pass right there. 5th catch for David Njoku, though. 51 yards off of it. 2nd and 9 at the 27. Looks like quads for the Browns. Or the Browns, yeah. Sorry. I still get the model teams confused with the relocation teams, as Tigers will end up getting knocked back 3. 3rd and 3 at the 24. Winston. Looking. He's going to go down. Oh my goodness. Payne delivers the Payne there. Deron Payne. We'll see what happens here. Takes off of his block. He's just so fast. You don't expect that out of those bigger guys at the defensive line. Normally it's people like number 92 you expect to get a pretty good run off of the block there, but not this time, as this punt will go clear back to 25. Pretty good punt, considering it was from the other end zone. They'll return it to 30, so about like a kickoff position, honestly. 1st and 10. Daniels throws, catches it with Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz just ended up catching that ball, off of what was really good coverage. Tell you what, though, I think if the Tigers continue to play like that, you might see some killer plays being made here, as a 7-yard gain puts the Armadillos within first down range once again. 2nd and 3 at the 47. Like to call that the triangle, as that is a beautifully executed play. JOK getting into the backfield with Daniels, forcing him to make that quick throw, and they get a man off the side there, as Ertz is going to end up getting tackled short. 4th and 2, and that is not a sight you want to see. That starting defensive line has held its water for quite some time, but now we're seeing some injuries, and a very vital one at that, with Mike All going out. So with that positional punt, it'll end up getting them to the 12, as the Tigers, who...
All right, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Had to delete some storage off my phone due to the editing of the short that will come out soon. And James.
Oh, I don't know why he just cut out. That was weird. Well, anyways, Frankie Louvu getting back there for... Yeah.
I might unplug, so... Yeah.
2nd and 12 at the 9. Winston looking to throw. It's heavily contested, incomplete. I'll be right back.
And Forrest is getting all the credit there on the back of his jersey there. James Winston, 3rd and 12. Winston trying to scramble. He's got 3 men bearing him. He breaks a tackle but gets sacked by number 4. I mean, he wasn't escaping that. I mean, his speed, I'm surprised he even shugged the tackle off the first man and somehow got to none other, didn't get past the second man or third man. And punt will arrive. And that will be a first down, and the Armadillos are going to move on up to the 46 here. Here we go. Handoff. Running back's got the first down. The Armadillos first down. That is Robinson Jr. And Armadillos might have their franchise QB here. Gonna fake it to Jaden Daniels and only gonna get 1 yard there, and And that's all he could have gotten was just 1 yard. Just couldn't get out of that. The hole was just too tight. He was lucky even then there to even get 1 yard. Robinson's gonna hand it off, or not Robinson. Jane Daniels gonna hand it off to Robinson, and Robinson's only gonna get a gain of none other than 5 yards, I believe. Yeah, 5 yards, and Jane Daniels will only get 1 yard again as they tried it with him again. Couldn't get it. Jeremiah Wusu Koromoa on the stop, and right there, Jane Daniels. I mean, I guess it wasn't really Jeremiah Wusu Koromoa that stopped him there, and they're going for a field goal from this far range, down right in the middle. No good. Canton will get it back. It was good field advantage as, oh my, their head coach probably just, he's he's probably gonna regret that the whole game. Kevin Stefanski, here we go, the fake it off. Jameson Winston tried. And here we go. 1st and 10. Winston throws. He's going to throw a deep ball. Incomplete. Intended receiver Elijah Moore. As Elijah Moore was open, but them defenders, the safeties, were fast enough to even break through it. As Canton's 1-2-1. They're trying to figure out how to get their team going here. And that's going to be only a 1 yard gain to the running back there. But yeah, I think the Tigers right now, they're just trying to figure out a way um to get something going here for the city of Canton. And that will only lose 3 yards there. That would be a 3-4 yard loss. Payne on the stop. Them defensive tackles, man, they have gotten better all season long. I mean, like, they have been insane this season here, and it just overall punt it away. And this looks like it will go down to the 15-yard line is where they're marking it. Jane Daniels coming back out onto the field as he might want to try and find more of his receivers than being more of a running back QB, because it is not helping him worth a darn. And I mean, he's got to get something going here. Jane Daniels looking to throw. Caught. Brian Robinson Jr. out of the backfield. Only gets 1 yard there. And Jane Daniels is getting that one look where he's like, God, can we get anything else more than just a 1 yard gain? Because it's just not helping out his team. Will the miracle happen? No, it was not a miracle at all. And end of the third quarter, as I'm making my little bit of a return, I'm going to be here and there on the commentary again. I mean, I haven't been recently, nor really the Fat Videos has been out recently, but the owner of the MNFL is trying as hard as he can to get as much videos out, and the highlight team trying to get as much videos out for the YouTube shorts as well. Jane Daniels, safety, Canton with the safety, 9-0. Jaden Daniels might just cost his team the win. Okoronkwo, oh my God. Look at this right here, Jane Daniels. Just couldn't. He was stuck in the backfield, in the end zone. Winston. Oh my God, that might have been our first safety. I don't know. That is crazy. We have finally got a safety at some point down the road. I don't know. Just wow, Jameson Winston is walking out, back out onto the field, feeling very confident now that his offense can finally get something going here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and second and 10 and all that. And Jameson Winston looking to throw, buried in the backfield. Lucky that's not a fumble. Here we go, second and 16. Hand off to the right back. Think that's Manee Hines, and only gets 1 yard there. Here we go, and Winston gets sacked again, dude. It's been defensive battles. This has been none other than 11 sacks this whole game. Frankie love you, I believe. And look at this. Winston just gets taken down. Just, man, I don't know if Winston can be the guy that they can keep rocking with this season. I mean, we're in the dawn of age now in the NFL, or not NFL, MNFL, sorry, excuse me. We're in the dawn of the league where you can't stand back in the pocket and like pray and hope to God that the offensive line can hold you back or can hold the defensive backs back. That made no sense. Um, just can't hold them back there, and so QBs nowadays can't be like how it was with Dan Marino, like uh oh my God, I forgot about Denver's QB. To be honest with you, I'm sorry if I forgot about it. Denver Broncos fans from IRL. I mean, like we don't have any more Tom Brady type of QBs. A lot of QBs has got to learn how to scramble, get out of the pocket, and another thing too that causes problems with that is age as well. You can't have 34-year-old backs play as a full-time starter, and Jane Daniels gets out of one sack, gets just sacked by Del Pitt, and it's been defense. I mean, Canton's defense has been really good here. The Tigers. I mean, it's not the only good Tigers team we have seen. About to break the fourth wall here. Detroit Tigers and Memphis Tigers. Shout out to both them teams as I am a Detroit Tigers fan and I do live in Tennessee, so right there is Memphis as well. So I like supporting all my Tennessee teams here. Shout out to Vanderbilt and the Volunteers. And Winston throws caught to David Njoku, as that's a guy that's been really good on the grind here. I mean, he's trying to get his team back up to where he wants his team to be. And Kevin Stefanski and his offense is down at the 15-yard line. Here we go. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go of the game, and Njoku only mustered up 1 yard as he's trying to get to where he wants his team to be. But I don't think it'll happen all of this year, to be 100% real with you. Here we go. I think a touchdown could muster the game here. David Njoku on the grind this drive. 3rd and 4. He was in a little bit of discomfort for a second, but he's back up on the field. Here we go. Winston dropped back, looking to throw, and complete as it was nearly deflected. And number 23. Good thing they're in field goal range, unlike the Armadillos kicking from like the 50-something yarder, thinking they were going to make it like that. Kick is up, kick is good. Down the middle. Sorry if I'm struggling on trying to talk here. I mean, I currently got a pimple in my mouth, so does kind of hurt there. And here we go, 12-0. Under 5 minutes to go of the game. 1st and 10 at the 30. And it's Jane Daniels and the Armadillos. And 12-0 is the score so far, ladies and gentlemen. The highlight team, aka me, you might have to feel bad because I mean, this game is not much scoring, and usually when the editing highlights happen, you have to break it down. You have to break down the scoring parts of it, which I usually do. But I guess in this highlight, whenever that will come out, we'll probably see a lot more of just good plays, I guess, or quote good plays, which are gonna instantly be like sacks or something. So here we go, 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Here we go. Jane Daniels looking throw, caught. Denzel Ward trying to get to the guy there, couldn't get to him. And just other than that, I mean, here we go. Jane Daniels looking to throw, incomplete. As that was Austin Eckler trying to stop the stop there. And that is a 1st down for the Armadillos. And intercepted! Pick 6! Sorry guys, I did not see that there. Jay Daniels stopped him at the 3-yard line. Jordan Hicks with the interception down near the end zone. I did not see that. My bad, y'all. Why, low-key, you cannot really commentate with phone. And oh my god. Right there. And James and Winston, all you gotta do now is just protect the ball. You're near the end zone. Kicking another field goal is okay if you don't make it into the end zone. Or maybe if you want to, you can go ahead, plan them, go for it at the 2-yard line if it's a 4th down. And here we go, and that's a touchdown. Canton might just secure a win. Naheem Hines gets it on in there. So by this game, the record should be 2-2-1, as they're gonna have to start winning a few chunks of games here, and this is a good start. Beat a 3-1 team, and honestly have really good solid defense. Their defense has been playing good for them here in the last few weeks. And Armadillos, oh my god, a determined run right there by number 1. Jan Daniels coming out onto the field here. Nothing much is going to happen, but they want to prevent a shutout. They want to score a touchdown here to at least put some score on the board and see what can work the next week when they step up on the field. Jane Daniels looking throw, caught, is down to the 38-yard line. Jane Daniels getting his guys on back on the field after the timeout. 2nd and 3. Here we go at the 38. Jane Daniels looking to throw. That's caught by number 85. You have to wonder if David Njoku might just switched up teams. Anyways, here we go. Minute and 28 seconds go. Jane Daniels. Throw. Caught for a 7-yard gain. That is Jordan, or I think it's Jordan or Jaden Hicks on the stop there. 4th quarter. Another timeout. So they got one more timeout to go, even though this ain't going to matter here. Or at least we don't think it will. Jane Daniels, throw, caught, number 85. He's gonna have to get his guys back up on the field if they want to score something here. 1st and 10 at the 34. Jane Daniels looking to throw. That's caught. And that's gonna be a 3-yard loss. No huddle, 13-second runoff. Here we go. 4th quarter, 33 seconds go. Daniels throws, caught, number 86. 86 with a determined touchdown run. And doesn't get it in there. And Canton's defense has got to get an interception or something to prevent, to get the shutout. And that will be a sack. Okawakwo. And it's over. The shutout has been commenced. Canton Tigers 19-0 is the final score. Bobby Wagner, and just nothing. I mean, this Armadillos team just was not that good today. As look at that. A determined run. Oh my. That would have been a determined run right there for a touchdown. Jameson Winston got sacked constantly. I mean, what a game. Slow offensive game at the start. Then Canton's defense and offense said, alright, we got to do something to get the second win here. And they did. So all I can say is the QBs. One touchdown, 169 yards for Jameson Winston, 78.3 completion. Then Jane Daniels, he had like an interception or two. Maybe Winston, I'm not sure. But Jane Daniels, 0 touchdowns, 177 yards, 75.9% completion rating here on the day. And I believe Cab should be back.
I am.
And
All right,
yeah,
so
you missed it. Canton got their second win, and just overall a complete shutout. And just overall, Jane Daniels had struggles on the day. Yeah.
yeah, so not a good first showing for those unis. I do expect to give every team a different style of alternate jersey. So if you guys would like, if you've made it this far, comment your recommendations for some of these teams. I mean, I've made a video with each of them, so feel free to always look at those for that too. But yeah, Daniels, being a rookie, didn't do much today. He's definitely still surprising as a rookie, though. 22 completions, 29 attempts, had that INT, and his longest pass of the day was a 34-yarder. Meanwhile, Jameis Winston with a 1.7 rating on the day, 18 completions, 23 attempts, 169 yards, 78 completion percentage, a touchdown, 7.3 yards per attempt, and the longest pass of the day for him was 40 yards. Taking a look at Jerome Ford and all these other rushers for the day, not a single one making a 20-plus yard run. However, Ford did come close with 16 yards being his longest run of the day. He ends up coming out with 11 attempts, 43 yards, and a 3.9 average. Meanwhile, Brian Robinson Jr. didn't do too much neither. I mean, he had 10 attempts, 26 yards, so you can pretty much get the average by yourself if you look at that. 2.6 average. He had 4 broken tackles on the day, though, so it just seems like maybe more of a defensive master class out of Canton today. Naeem Hines, 6 attempts for 22 yards, 3.6 average, so not too particularly bad. I mean, he did only get 6 attempts, where these guys are getting like 10, stuff like that. Eclipses Brian Robinson Jr. almost there. His longest run, the longest run for both being 11 yards. Jaden Daniels didn't get to do much on the ground, -2 yards. So that's a negative average for him on the day, a -0.5. And broken tackles, you got 1 for him. Yards after contact, he had 4. No 20-plus yard runs. But the funniest part about this is his longest run of the day was 1 yard. Jameis Winston ended up taking off 3 times, So that leaves him with 17 yards, 5.6 average, 1 broken tackle for him as well, 6 yards after contact, so just outdoing Jaden Daniels there. And 15 yards, his longest run of the day. Austin Eckler, oh shoot, I hit a random button, whoops. Eckler got in for a play, only got 2 yards. So, without further ado, your best receiver of the day goes to Zach Ertz. 7 receptions, 75 yards, a 10.7 average, which is huge. Okay. And Elijah Moore, 3 receptions, 64 yards with a 21.3 average. He had 1 drop on the day. His longest was, of course, that 40-yarder from Jameis Winston, which ended up being his longest pass and completion for the day. But yeah, taking a look here, we're not going to go over pancakes or nothing like that. Just looking for any injuries. And I'm not seeing an injury. Okay. Defensive side of the ball, Jordan Hicks. I messed up his name earlier. That's my bad. He had 1 interception, returned it for 58 yards. I almost wonder if that wasn't a touchdown, maybe. No, it was not. Wait, what? There was a safety. Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
there was a safety. Yeah, forgot to tell you about that. Jane Daniels was stuck in the backfield. He was doing nothing but running the backfield, and the guy just got...
Oh, well, that's nice to know. I was going to skip over Okawonkwo, but good to know, good to know. Frankie Louvu ends up getting really nothing there, it doesn't seem like. So, anyways, Marshawn Lattimore, I think he did good. And going through nothing much else for the defensive side of the ball. Oh, yeah. Huh. But yeah, I mean, that'll do it. Dustin Hopkins only had to come out for 1 field goal today. It ended up being a 26-yarder. And Jorquez ends up taking over punting with a pretty good looking stat line. You don't usually look at these, but looked pretty good. A net average of 41.8 every time he punted the ball. And on kick return, the best returner of the day was KJ Osborne. Longest return of the day, Noah. I'm not even going to try to attempt that. But yeah, so that will do it for us here in Mexico City. The Tigers shutting out the home team as we say so long from Mexico City. Peace out, y'all.